Hi everybody. Clay's going to show us what he's doing today.
Taking a breather right this second, but I'm adding the last of the fence to the top of there because it didn't end up on a 2x4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cage clip this to the top of that wire, and then I can nail it to the 2x4s, and then the rest of this will go up into the rafters to keep the birds from going up and over. And then I can start working on the purlins for the roof.
So the pheasant coop is in progress, big
It's
time.
probably about 3/4 done.
Just a temporary hangout, the rabbits and the guinea pigs.
They're chewing the grass down a little bit. Not gonna hurt us.
And we might put them in a different spot to do some weed eating versus borrowing the goat. Clay's laughing.
Utilize them for what they're for.
Yes, they can help work off some of their keep. They still have to have pellets and water and everything, but it'll help them. So they're having a good time. The guinea pigs are actually thrilled that the bunnies were with them, but you have to watch them because they can break their legs and do stuff if they decide to mate with them. And actually the guinea pigs are trying to mate with the rabbits. Looks like rain.
Feels like rain, and we do need some rain.
Yes, we do.
It rained nice this last evening, and but you have to have a couple of good days of rain for your gardens and your lawns. And lawns are starting to turn a little brown in spots. That's why I left the grass grow high, so it keeps it green. Get a good rain, and then if it dries up, then I can mow, and everything will stay green.
And then we'll feed the excess to the
Turkeys
rabbits,
and chickens.
and
I still gotta go out and do my chores for the chickens and turkeys. And you still gotta find a stick for that.
oh, I'm still looking for the stick.
Well, it's either that or when the wind blows, it can blow that door open, and then your rabbits are gonna get out.
Uh-oh, you bunnies don't want to go outside and play, do you? Not with my cats out there. So I'll let you talk for a second. I'm going to go look for the stick.
Well, I probably can unhook the
What?
spring and hook it onto the door and hook it onto the fence. That'll keep the wind.
Yeah, we might have to do that because I couldn't find a stick.
I'll do something. I can put a button on it, which is just a piece of wood to keep it from blowing in.
He's still working on the lock system right now.
Well, I've got to get a hasp and a padlock for it.
Do you think we should do some errands today, seeing that it's...
No, not until I know how many purlings I need, and then we're going to do it all in one shot. I've got 6 of them, but it's not going to be enough.
So you don't have to really big space. Just make sure it's secure.
This is 8x8.
And the reason we have the carpet there is in case it rains. Which it's really not supposed to. It's just supposed to look kind of
Supposed to
cloudy.
rain this morning, but
Yeah, never did.
it's got to be, what, 10, 11 o'clock now, isn't it?
Yeah, the bunny doesn't make that sound. That's a guinea pig. Yeah, it's like 11 o'clock. Talked to one of my sisters on the phone. My other sister is at the doctor's with her hubby. And
I got to get my cage clips before I can go any farther.
and where do you get those at?
The garage.
Oh, okay.
I have to find my cage pliers too. They should be all in one of them old nut jars that I put them away in.
So I'm thrilled. I'm happy.
I'll be happier when it's done.
Yeah, I will too. I can't wait for the birdies to go inside.
Oh.
And
Been pretty busy on it the past 2 days.
We may keep the guinea pigs inside here, but we're not sure yet. It's going to depend on how the pheasants feel about it. The rabbits definitely are going to be moved, though.
Yeah, they're gonna knock down some of my weeds.
They're going to go to work.
Now they're too big to get through the 1x2 wire, or 4x2 wire.
And most people think you're crazy if you get a buck. We got 4 of them.
Well, that's because they're going to freezer camp.
Yeah, they're gonna go to freezer camp when they're all done.
They're going to visit their counselors, the turkeys, and some of their roommates, the chickens.
And they'll be thrilled because there's tons of weeds to chow on. Okay, guys.
Well, I guess I better get up and I probably can take this stuff in, seeing I'm going to use
Are you hungry?
clips. Gonna need the hammer. Oh, maybe I'll leave this here for now.
Do you want some of that chicken I made earlier? And there's mulberry pie still.
Was there any bread left?
No bread. I just put hot sauce on it.
Well, I got the salsa. I can use
Can
that.
make that, and
Just-
then we can think about supper. Which I have ideas for that already.
I'm not really thinking of food. I'm thinking of getting some of my work done.
I know, but you have to eat too, dear. You have to eat.
All of this had no floor plan. It all come out of here. So each time I set, I try to figure out the best way of utilizing the lumber I got and the wire I have.
Clay never,
Works out good.
he always designs his own plans.
And then I never put them on paper, except for the amount of 2x4s and things I need. The only thing I'm lacking was the furring for the purlins.
What's the purlin?
See how that 2x4 is coming across the top?
Yeah,
Going that way across the rafters?
yeah,
You got to do that in about 5 or 6 places.
okay.
That's what you screw your tin to.
Oh, okay. So what's a purlin?
It's the furring strip, the furring wood.
That you put to attach it all?
Yeah.
Okay. Learning. Hey guys, I'm going to tell you a tip because Clay just got a message on his phone. We get tons and tons of those advertising calls, and every time they call, my first words out of my mouth are, "Who are you calling for?" I'd say 9 times out of 10, they have no idea,
And they hang up.
and they hang up. So I kind of act like I'm the secretary, like, "Hello, who are you calling for?" And they usually get a hesitant voice and a click. So if you're getting a lot of those advertising phone calls, I'm a sweepstaker, so I get a lot of them. So, but when I get them, I just ask who they're calling for. And if you get those strange calls from overseas, my favorite thing, and you feel like just goofing around and they ask for a bank name, tell them your bank is Piggy Bank. Then you know it's a fake, because they'll start writing down Piggy Bank. Of course, really, you shouldn't even talk to those people.
Most of those calls are coming from India.
Yeah, they're just overseas and just
And
different.
they tell you their name is Kevin. I don't know how many people I've talked to, their name is Kevin.
Their name is Kevin. But we get a lot of those phone calls. Years ago, I used to have fun with them, but you can't do that anymore. You just kid around and say, "Just a minute, I'll get my husband. He's in the bubble bath." But now I don't horse around so much. I used to be a recruiter, and it used to be more of a local thing. So if they were talking on the phone, I would try to recruit them for a company I worked for, but I don't do that anymore. That was when I was like really hot and heavy into it. Take every opportunity, but now I'm a little different about stuff like that.
I guess I better go look for my tools I need.
Okay. Hey, what about eating? What are you gonna eat something quick in a little bit?
I'm going to carry this stuff in so it doesn't get wet in case we're
Well-
inside when it rains.
Listen, when you come in, I'll cook up some chicken for you. You can put some salsa on it, and then you can eat that mulberry pie up. How does that sound?
I really don't want the mulberry pie. I don't need all that extra sugar.
Are you gonna eat the mulberry pie?
I'll eat the chicken and with the salsa on that.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. Just making sure that we eat. We're cleaning out the fridge, so we're eating crazy. But we're cleaning out, I should say not the fridge, every ounce of food in the house while he's waiting for the retirement to kick in.
So
We
it's not
figured,
like we're starving. We got plenty of
oh
chicken.
shoot, we got more food than you can imagine. But it's just some of these things have been sitting for a while and we're not going to eat them. We need to throw them away or something.
Yeah, we're not going to throw things away.
We're going to eat it. There's nothing wrong with it. I like sweet potatoes. Clay hates sweet potatoes. So I'll eat a can of sweet potatoes for lunch. You know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff we're doing. Like the excess stuff, we're just trying to clean it out. And if that's basically, we're not eating, I mean, we can make a meal, but like a lunch, we might be a little lazy about it. Half the time we've been forgetting to eat lunch and even breakfast, but
Yeah, all I had yesterday, I had my cup of coffee and I went out and started working on this wire again.
But you do need to eat.
Another thing about this wire
Yes.
is it's galvanized. You should either wear gloves, and the same with these fence staples. They're galvanized. And
Excuse me.
galvanized will make your hands raw. You'll feel like you burnt your hands when you're all done handling this galvanized. So I myself don't like to wear gloves, so that's why I kind of kick myself for it, and it's my own fault. But if you don't want your hands to be all sore after putting fencing together and building cages and that, wear gloves.
Hey, and if you're listening to us this far, we're giving out these extra tips. What have I been doing to keep me from snoring at night and allergies from bothering me?
She puts Vicks on the end of her nose, like I told her to, and it opens up her breathing passages, and
Because I hardly snore.
she hardly snores anymore, which
Yeah, but
is
how do I do
great for me.
How do I do when I do snore?
I've heard chainsaws that were quieter.
So if you have a snoring problem, try that. Because it's working for me, and plus my allergies don't drip, drip, drip all night either.
Yeah.
And then I got to tell them my final tip, which is,
I wish I'd learned that while I was working nights.
I know, it would have been nice.
I would have got more sleep.
Well, tell them how to make sloppy joes. The easiest way. These tips are all random.
Easiest way to make sloppy joes is do your hamburger with some barbecue sauce.
Well, what we do is 1 jar of...
Chop some celery and onion up, saute it.
Well, the easy way to make the mix, ladies, is 1 jar of spaghetti sauce and then a half a jar of that spaghetti, like 1 jar of spaghetti sauce, empty it out, and then pour half a jar or a third of barbecue sauce. It tastes just like sloppy joe. And then, of course, you cook your hamburgers and you can add all your spices and stuff. But, I mean, you can have sloppy joes whenever you want. Clay got to the point he said, stop making sloppy joes.
I love sloppy joes, but
But-
she was getting where she was making about every other meal.
He's
It's
like,
like, oh,
no
come
more,
on.
no more sloppy joe. I would like sloppy
I love sloppy joes, but I don't like to.
joe. Not every meal.
I don't want to eat it every meal. I feel like eating pizza or spaghetti every meal.
So
I
remember,
like both of those too, but
1 jar of spaghetti sauce, dump it in the pan, fill up that jar again with a half a jar of barbecue sauce or less depending on your flavoring, taste, and there you go, ladies. So those are the only tips I can think about right now off the top of my head. Oh yeah, it's kind of gross. If you get jungle rot, I'm meaning nail fungus, people use Listerine on their feet. The doctor said that it works, and you just apply that a few times.
There's alcohol.
Apply that a few times, and I think we told the doctor something about it, and he said, well, if you do that, he said, here's this cream, 6 months, and then we said something with the Listerine, and he said, well, 2 weeks or something. I don't know what it was. I can't remember about that anyway, but it was just kind of funny, but just something that some people do.
Home remedies.
Home remedies, not to be matched by our laundry soap.
That laundry soap lasted a long time. I think I spent, what, $15?
Yeah, it's not.
We're on
It's
the
for like
second,
10 years
we're on the
of laundry
second
soap.
year with what we got.
It's like
We still got powdered soap
it's
in there.
4 powders mixed together, Arm & Hammer baking soda, Arm & Hammer baking soda suds or something like that.
Washing detergent.
Washing detergent. Powdered hand soap.
Boraxo.
And borax, right? Boraxo. It's on our website. It's on our blog, popelbackyardfarm.blogspot.com, and you use like 2 tablespoons a load, and I'll tell you, your laundry will look nice, smell nice, and you will just love it. And if you want to wait and you want to wash extra, just put baking soda and vinegar. That's another thing. But there you go. We are just full of tips today. I don't know, guys. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you watched all the way to the end. Please do us a huge favor and like us on Instagram. And there, it's very easy. It's Ruthie Popel. And I think it's 123. Clay doesn't do social media that much, so usually he'll say, what did people say? And then I'll tell him. So, Ruthie Popel 123. So you can see some things on my Instagram. So we'd love that if you would follow us there. Okay, guys. God bless. Take care.